Hi everybody, welcome back. I am going to do a fairly short video right now because it's almost time for my dogs to eat. So, and they win every time. So I was playing around with cutting out my magazine pages and flowers from the magazine pages. Like I have a bag of just, parts of the pictures, like a whole picture from magazines and garden books. And then I have the fussy cut stuff from the magazines and books where I fussy cut a bunch of stuff out. And I have a bag with words that I'm gonna eventually cut out. And then there's bigger pictures, but they're not all flowers. Some of them are interesting pictures like that. And so I wanted to, and then I have like book pages like this. And so these pictures are not great for fussy cutting, or even some of them are really dark as far as cutting them out and using them, and they're kind of big to use them on the front of something. So while I was sitting in front of the TV and cutting, I came up with this idea. So I started taking the book pages and making pockets out of them. And instead of like gluing them onto cardstock or whatever, these pages are really, they're thick. They're not flimsy at all. So a thinner magazine page, you might have to put it onto cardstock or whatever, but these pages are really thick, so they're really good for this idea. This one kind of goes sideways because of how the page was and how the photograph was on the page. And this one I just tore around the edge, and I'm just folding it up on the edge. And this one is another sideways one. So I will show you what I started doing. So this is just like your typical pocket shape, right? Like your library card holder shape. And I thought along here I would either cut it out with a half circle, or I could put some fabric and a word up there, or cheesecloth or something. So we'll just play with this real short. But let me get some examples out of the pages. So I have, that's not a good one. That's not a good one. So that's a good one. It's a little wide, but I will be able to use it. And then these came like 2 on a page, and this is what I made like these out of. And so I have several of those. Here's a flimsier magazine page. We might get to that. Here's some more of those. Here's another one. So let's play around, and I'll show you what I've been doing. And I know we all struggle. I mean, some of us pick up books and flower catalogs and stuff like that, and then we don't know what to do with the pages. Like this is a pretty little picture. You could cut that out. You could fussy cut around that, but it's kind of big, and I don't know what I would do with it. But I think if I go like this, I like that, and make a really pretty pocket. So what I'm going to do is, since there's not much of an edge on this side, but I could still use that edge because it's kind of crummy here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to take my ruler. You can take a cutting board, a rotary cutter or whatever, but you can just use a ruler for this. My problem is I never know when I'm straight, and this is when I start struggling because I'm doing a video and I overthink it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fold it up because I don't want that writing or anything. So that's going to be the back of my pocket. And I just fold it up in half. So that's the part I want to see. And then what I'm going to do is this part where the white and the photograph meet, I am going to just tear or cut it here. Just to that white part. And then I'm going to sort of eyeball it. It's probably, it's like 3/4 of an inch. So you can measure, you can eyeball it, you can use scissors or your ruler. And just do that, okay? So if you do that and you fold this side in on the top, this is the top part, and fold this side in, and then I'm going to fold this too, but that's not, I'm not going to, fold it real hard. I'm going to just cut this part off. So I'm cutting off the bottom part, and I'm leaving the flaps on the top part. So I'm going to just cut up this edge here. Maybe. Okay. And then cut up this edge where I folded it up. Okay. Then I'm just going to fold it in. And what I'll do is, I didn't cut very straight. Hey, look, Martha didn't cut straight. Surprise, surprise. Not really. Okay. That's better. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this. So you can take your glue stick, or you can take your art glitter glue or your Fabri-Tac, because this is shiny. So the Fabri-Tac would probably work just fine on this. I actually have had, now I'm going to say that and jinx myself, but I've had better luck with the art glitter glue. So let me glue this. And I just put the back up to the little flaps that I just poured glue all over. And there's my pocket. Now if I want to put a half circle in here, if I want to cut this lower than the back, if I want to put fabric and a word up there or cheesecloth, I can do that too. Let me grab... didn't plan ahead of time like I should have. Again. Golly gee whizzers. Okay. So if I'm just going to take, all right, so I'm going to just, oh, I'm trying to rush. See, nothing ever works very well when I rush. So I'm just going to throw some glue down here. And I'm going to kind of scrunch my cheesecloth up. And of course you could ink it first. And I can ink it afterwards if, once I'm ready to put it in a journal, if that's what I want to do. Or if I'm going to do a pretty journal that I'm not inking a lot in, then I don't have to. And then, let's see, I have some Tim Holtz words here. Use these. What should we try? Oh, I like this. Today is full of possibilities. And, a beautiful growing garden, doesn't that remind you of the possibilities of growth and spreading the love? Oh, Martha, come on. So I always put extra glue on the back of these things because I know they'll just pop right off. There you go. Voila, pocket. And this is going to go right into a journal perfectly. You can glue it down. you could make it a double pocket, so you have that pocket and the one that this goes into. If you still wanted to cut a little half circle on here, you could. Let's see if I can squeeze this in here and do that. Should have done that before, of course. That's okay. I just put a little tiny curve in there. And you could paper clip it on, and it could be a floating pocket. You can put, hold that thought. You can put something behind it. You can put something in the pocket. Well, you could. I can't. You can put something in the pocket. You can put something behind it if you just glue around these 3 edges. You've got a beautiful pocket, right? And these things come in like so many colors because, well, it's a flower garden thingamajiggy booklet. So I have some more here that I've done. I didn't like the bug. I think bugs are creepy. I love butterflies and I love dragonflies, but you know, other bugs, bees are okay, but other bugs are really creepy. My dogs are probably going to bark now because there's a dog barking outside. It's like 75 here today in Virginia, and there's a dog barking out there. I have my screen door open, and we have windows open all over the house. It's crazy because we were freezing less than a week ago. There's another one. And this one I thought I would use this ruffled edged punch, which I should have done before I glued it. See? Isn't that pretty? And then you can ink it. Make it look, make it stand out a little bit. I'll ink the whole white on this one. Isn't that pretty? An instant pocket, right? Not hard at all. This is something great that you can do in front of TV. And if you don't want to glue them and stuff in front of the TV, which I didn't, you just cut them all out. And so this one I thought was a beautiful photograph. This came out of, I have no idea what this came out of. A garden journal or a garden book. So what I'm going to do with this one is I could fold these 2 edges in, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to glue right down here and make the pocket that way. And I'm going to glue along the bottom. And I am going to, where's the other paper punch? I'm going to put a little curve in it before I glue it. Look at that. I remembered to do it before. Miracles will never cease. And there you go. Another pocket. And because the background photo on, or the back of the page has that photo on it, it shows off as a little bit different color. And then I can ink this up. Get rid of the white edges because I tore it along that top edge. And inking it will sort of blend in with the type of photo it is. And I think that's a really cool pocket, right? So let's put the finished ones over there. This was another really cool photo out of the garden book. So I just folded this up. There's a little bit of space I could fold these in. So let me do that. I'm going to cut it this time because I don't want it very wide, this portion of it. Okay. Fold that down. Fold that down so I can cut it. I'm going to fold this down. And fold this down so I can cut that. So I'm going to cut the bottom portion off. Oh, and the golfers are out. Yes, they are. Pinging golf balls everywhere. And then I'm just going to fold these in from the top part, right? They're going to meet the back part. And I'm going to glue them and I'll have a really cool pocket. So I'm going to ink this in the back here a little bit. Give some contrast. And I kept that edge straight because the top edge of this picture is torn and I really like that effect. So I'm going to tear this little bit off here though. And then we're going to glue this. And I've just been working away on ephemera and stuff like that, pockets and stuff, because I still have 2 journal covers downstairs to finish up. But I'm procrastinating, and I need to get them done. I do have 2 journals in my in my Etsy shop, which I'll link below. If you haven't seen them, please go visit. There. Isn't that a beautiful pocket now? And I think that's just really cool. I'm very happy about those. This one, I made a small fold here on the edge, and I just cut the photograph out. And you can glue that up. And then I'll just glue along the bottom here. And I think I will put a little ruffle cut in it. It's always easier if you turn it over. You can see how much you're cutting off. So I just took a little bit so I didn't cut off too much of the poppy. I think that's a poppy. Not very good with flowers. Flower identification. So there's that one. And then this one I did just before I turned the video on, and I think I will pop a little bit out of that top edge too. And I love that because it looks like a flower. And I'll ink that up. Just a little bit with my tea dyed ink. And then I'm going to glue that. These are probably way too big, these edges. In fact, I know they're way too big. I should have cut them down a little bit. Now I got glue all over them. I'm not going to do that. But it should still work just fine. Yep. I mean, I think these are so cool. So here's what I can do with, let's see. This one had... I really love this photograph here with the pink roses, and they're wrapped in asparagus stems. So I thought that was a perfect setup right there. So we're going to take it and we're going to fold it to the bottom of the photograph, right? And we obviously do not need this wide of an edge on there. So I'm going to try and give myself an even edge. As I always say, there's no straight in my life. Okay, so there's that one. And then we'll do eyeballing it. We'll do that one. And then, so of course I need to take this top that's much wider, but I am going to leave a little bit of that top a little taller than the front. Of course, on this one maybe I don't need to. Think. No, I'm going to take that off. I think I'm going to make them even. There we go. I'm a woman. I'm allowed to change my mind, right? And then, I know I always do everything the hard way and show you the hard way first. If you just fold both edges in as much as you want them. And this might be a little... Let's see if this is too wide. Nope, it's perfect. Look how pretty that is on a page for a pocket. So I'm going to use my little, I'm not going to do very much because I don't want to cut into the flower. There we go. And I'm going to just ink this the teeniest bit in the back. Oops, oh shoot, didn't mean to do it on that. Okay. There we go. So now I need to cut off the bottom part of where I folded this. So just flip it over, cut it on the fold. And I did not cut that on the fold. Oh my gosh. I cannot cut straight for my life, even when I have a line to follow. There. No. Come along with me. So now I'm going to fold these in again. I'm going to glue them. But because I didn't cut that one straight, I have to go back and fix it because it hangs over. The one thing you don't want to do is cut too much off. If you don't cut enough off, you can always correct it. If you cut too much off, then the inside of your pocket is going to get glued. And I could have made this a side pocket as well. I could have glued it along here, and it would have been a side pocket too. Maybe the next one will do that. So we'll, oh, a horn just blew. I'm shocked my dogs aren't barking. That's two things I thought they would have barked at. I guess me telling them no bark while I'm videotaping or video recording. It's not a tape, of course. Maybe they're catching on that when I'm talking to myself in here, they're not supposed to bark. It's possible. Don't laugh at me. There. I think that's just so pretty. So, let's see. I was going to do a side one, right? Let's see if I can do a side one. Put those back. Excuse the fat arm. I got to find another picture like that, though. These are really easy. You just fold them up, cut it down the middle, fold them up. Instant pockets. So when you're looking for books or magazines, like garden books and stuff, look for the photographs like that. Like, I'm slow to catch on. But, you know, when I saw that, I thought, what a great idea. So I love this photo. So I am, and this one's going to be too wide. So I am going to fold it up, and I think I am going to tear it off here, right at the edge of that flower. And really, I could tear it off here and tear that flower off, and I might still have to do that. I tear right to the edge of this flower. I am going to tear the top off. Yeah, that's still going to be too wide. I'm going to tear this off, and I will use that for something else. Don't throw it away. You can always use that. Perfect. Except I didn't tear it straight. Surprise! I'm going to have to cut it. Big scissors. Okay, let's see. Hold it away from me. Try and get it straight. My goodness. Oy, oy, oy. This is where a paper cutter comes in handy. No, that's better. I think this one isn't too straight either. Close enough. Close enough for government work, right? Don't take offense, government workers. I used to be one. I'm going to keep that too. That's pretty. Don't throw away the pretties. Right? That's pretty too. I can use those in collage. Oh, can use that too. And this is how we accumulate more scraps than we need. Okay, so I'm going to make this a side pocket. So I am going to punch this out here. Just a little itty bitty bit. Just a teeny bit. I'm going to ink it. Hey, look, I got it in the right spot. And then I'm going to glue it along the top and along the left side. Left side. And along the top. There we go. Now we have a little side pocket. And when you put it in your journal, whatever I did with it, there it is. So when you put it in your journal and it's a side pocket, right, you can also put something in the top. And I have, where is, okay. So you could put something in the top and you can put something on the side, or you could put something in the side at the opening and use it as a side pocket as here as well. I mean, instant pockets, beauty, flowers, can't beat that, right? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I gotta go feed my dogs. I will talk to you all soon. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.